I think what he gave to the press there about addressing government, aggressively getting their IT infrastructure ready, about getting government and industry to work together and addressing some of the key problems, I think those are all in the right venue and what our nation needs to get started on this. I think the key thing that you see in his approach is that he's delivering on a campaign promise that we will take cybersecurity seriously and that we'll address this problem. And to do that, we need government and industry to work together.
IronNet, we were just talking about IronNet cybersecurity does look to potentially government as potential clients. You yourself have the experience having worked in the NSA. Were you privy to conversations as they work towards this draft? Is Donald Trump and the advisors looking to the private sector for advice?
They do. They reach out and give people, more than just me, people that can really read. They give them a chance to look at this and give advice. You know, I think that was one of the great privilege and honors to sit in there as one of the cyber listeners with the president and others and talk about it after the press left. I thought that was a great way to build on it. And you can see they're taking much of that input and others and continue to refine that executive order in a very thoughtful way.
Some of the other people he's looked to is the former mayor of New York, Giuliani. Does he have the sort of relevant expertise, do you think?
Well, I think what he's got is he's got the management and leadership insights of how do you bring industry and government together. And I think that's an important part of this. And so when you look at folks like Mayor Giuliani and you say, okay, what does he bring to the table? He can be one of the people that helps bring industry and government together. And I think that's as important as bringing technical folks like myself and others to talk about the actual problem.
Let's talk about the problem. Let's talk about Russia. And of course, all of this comes on the back of revelations that Russia was behind some cyber attacks in the run-up to the election. How concerned are you about relationships with the Trump administration and Russia, as others in government at the moment seem to be?
Well, I take a slightly different and probably unique view, but here's mine. When a new president comes into office, one of the things that we ought to do is say, is there a way that we can work with other nations? And if so, how do we do that? What's the right relationship that the United States should have with Russia, with China, with others? And can we do this in a peaceful way that helps the world? And so step one is research that, see what we can do. Can we come up with a relationship? Where are the limits to that? Find those limits and set this according to what his administration is going to do. You know, one of the things that I take great comfort in is some of the people he's brought in as a cabinet. You know, you look at the Secretary of State, you know, this is a great individual. And then Secretary of Defense, a personal friend, tremendous capabilities, and Secretary of Homeland Security. You put those three together, he's getting people that will give him candid advice. My experience inside that room once the press left, that's what he's seeking, candid advice. You know, it was amazing to see him go around the table, talk to people, get their insights, listen. And you know what I thought is, that's the president our nation needs to see. He's listening, he's getting this right, he's going to build this up, he's going to address problems that we need addressed.